If you're someone who wants to eventually make it to the C-suite level in your company, or you want to move up to director or any senior management position, but you know that your confidence is the one thing that is holding you back, specifically your ability to communicate confidently, then today's video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Linda Rayner of lindarayner.com, and my mission is to help you to express your authentic voice so that you can level up in your career and life. Over the last several years, I've been able to help numerous ambitious corporate professionals just like yourself to level up in their careers. And if this is something that you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can check out my career therapy page. The link is down below. So today we're talking about how to use your authentic voice in the workplace, specifically how to portray and communicate with confidence at work. In this video, I am going to walk you through the number one reason why you're struggling to communicate confidently at work. I'm also going to walk you through what it means to communicate with authenticity and confidence. And I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can start doing to help you to communicate more confidently at the office. Now, something new that I'll be doing is in this video and in every video moving forward, the intention is to be able to incorporate a live audience question from a fellow ambitious professional just like yourself who's recently asked a question about this topic. I will be addressing their question in the video as well. Okay, so let's get started. Why are you struggling to communicate confidently at work? So you know that you are a strong performer. You know your stuff at work. You know what you're doing. You know your content. You know that you are an expert at what you do, but you're still stagnating in your career and you're not moving forward because you're failing to communicate in a way that sounds like you have the presence of a leader. I don't want to overemphasize this, but I just want to bring it to your attention. And that is the reason why you're struggling to communicate with confidence is due to your self-judgment. Instead of focusing on the actual question and topic and person that's in front of you, inside your head, you're freaking out and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what if what I'm going to say sounds stupid? Or if I say the wrong thing, what are they going to think of me? And so you end up in this fight or flight response and you either just freeze up and blank out, or you end up rambling and talking around the topic and the person that's trying to listen to you doesn't understand what you're saying. And then you're left feeling disappointed and you feel that you could have done a better job. So now let's talk about what it means to truly communicate with authenticity or confidence. When I talk about communicating authentically and communicating with confidence, what I'm actually referring to is emotional intelligence. Studies have shown that leaders who are successful at influencing others are actually higher on the EQ scale. EQ meaning emotional quotient, which is the way that they measure emotional intelligence. And when I reflect on what it means to communicate authentically, it means you're communicating from your heart, but you're balancing it with your head. You are self-aware, but you're also environmentally aware. And from that place of being present within yourself, you're able to come up with the right words and say the thing that is best suited for that particular situation. So let's talk about the 4 things that you can start doing to communicate more confidently at work. The first is to be present. When you are having a conversation with whether it's one person or a group of people, you need to jump back into your body and you need to be present. You need to tune into your own energy and the energy of the person in front of you so that when you're sharing your information, whether you've prepared that information ahead of time or you're speaking to them impromptu, you're speaking to them at a level that they understand. You're not stuck in your head. You're actually present in the conversation. And so the right words will naturally come out. This is actually something that takes practice. You have to practice being present. You want to be tuned in and you want to listen to what they're saying and you want to be able to follow up and give them something that is meaningful and actually answers their questions. Now, the second thing that you can do in order to communicate more confidently is when someone approaches you and asks you a question, you want to preview your answer. So what do I mean by preview? instead of just jumping in and giving an answer, you want to frame your answer first. So, for example, let's say your boss comes over to you and asks you, why did this product take so long to be delivered? If that's part of your job, your answer will be, there are two reasons why it took so long to be delivered. The preview to this is two. You're framing your answer before you actually jump into the answer. A lot of people, when they're communicating, they just tend to jump straight to the facts, rhyme off all the facts, and give the answer right off the bat. But sometimes it's confusing. And so you want to be able to frame and give a preview into what you're going to say so that whoever is listening to you can be ready for what you're going to say. And then you can dive into the details afterwards. The third thing that makes for a great, confident communicator is someone who's able to anticipate the reactions of the person or people that they're speaking to. You want to anticipate and think about what would be their objections, what would be their natural reactions to the things that you're saying. So if you're presenting in front of a group of people in a certain department, you know ahead of time certain things that they're going to want to bring up about what it is that you're talking about. So you want to address that and incorporate that in your presentation. And lastly, the fourth tip that I have for you to communicate more confidently is to share your insights without being prompted. This is especially helpful when you're working on a very large project that takes a long time to complete. You want to make sure that whoever is involved in the project is given proper updates and that they are aware of any situations or issues that have been resolved by you. So you want to update people without necessarily waiting for them to ask you for those updates, because that actually shows that you're taking initiative, and it also shows that you have the confidence to be able to communicate what's been going on, what's happened, what issues you might have come across, and what solutions you've already implemented to resolve those issues. Okay, so those are my 4 tips on how to communicate more confidently at work, but we're not done yet. Just like I promised, I will be going over to a live audience question. This was actually a question that was asked by one of my one-on-one career therapy clients. Her name is Maggie. And if you're interested in learning about one-on-one career therapy with me, like I said, click on the link down below. But she asked a question in one of my Live with Linda events. The Live with Linda events are completely free. The link is also down below if you want to sign up and ask me a question directly. Without further ado, I will jump into her question and you can watch the answer that I gave to her.
Linda, I was so excited to know that you decided to do this, and such an opportunity for all of us. So this morning, what happened is that one of the vice president in our company had left the company, and leadership team were there and just introduced the decision that Maggie is going to take over. And we totally trust in Maggie that she'll be able to deliver this important task. So what I blubbered at the moment, this is big shoes to fill, and I don't even know where to start. Deep down, I know I can do it, but I don't know where to start. Actually, guys, I have no idea. Immediately, I felt the level of energy in the room among the team members had sunk down a little bit. And so can you help me out? So what is the balance being in communication between the authenticity and also being strategically correct and smart in a way?
We have to remember that authenticity means that we are aware of what's going on within us. We have to be aware, because we can confuse the word authenticity as in, I just say whatever comes to mind. I mean, if we're going to be completely honest, and this is a very safe space here, but there's a little bit of that self-doubt that's coming through, and you're not aware that actually you're kind of swimming in this self-doubt a little bit, because right away, as soon as you were getting offered this opportunity, what does your mind go to? It goes to, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. So there's our heart piece. Our heart is telling us the emotion of that self-doubt a little bit, that fear, that worry, that anxiety. Are we good enough? Can we live up to this role? And then there's the head piece, which is, I have to also speak in a way that I sound professional. So being authentic means being able to balance both. You have to be balanced. Moving forward, now you can take this as an opportunity, a learning point where there's feelings, there's emotions in here. I have to be ultra aware of what's going on within me. From that place of self-trust, where you're then going to be able to deliver and say something that is connecting to the audience. When we're communicating with confidence, we are connecting with whoever it is that we're speaking to. When you said the words, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know where to begin, you were literally in this space. Your eyes weren't looking at them necessarily, even though they physically might have. You were internally, emotionally, energetically, you were looking at yourself. You were talking to yourself. There wasn't even really a consideration for the people in the room. You were in your head. You weren't present. Because if you were present and you were aware that, okay, there's self-doubt, I definitely feel that, but there's also a side of me, even though I feel self-doubt, these people believe that I can do it. Then all of a sudden, you would have said something different. You would have likely said something along the lines of, I'm very excited. I know that, there are big shoes to fill, but I'm going to do my absolute best. That is something that I know you believe. I know that you believe that, Maggie, that is true, that you are going to do your best. And that just didn't happen to come out through your mouth because at the time you weren't present with the people. You were in your head. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. I have multiple takeaways. I'd like to carry this with me, sleep with it, and actually have it implemented in my professional communications moving forward. Thank you so much.
Oh, awesome. So there you have it. All you need to know about communicating with confidence. Now, if you want to be a participant and ask me a question live and have it be answered right on the spot, then sign up for my free Live with Linda event. The link is down in the description box down below. And if you liked this video, please leave a comment and let me know what it is that you liked about the tips that I shared regarding communication. If this is a topic that you really want to learn more about, definitely leave your comments and questions in the bottom below and I will be sure to answer them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.